ain't shit. I don't know what it is these days, but they don't know how to treat a woman. They don't know how to date a woman. They don't know how to be a man.
As a man, the women that I saw growing up did not act like these women today. Love Remy Martin. Yeah. I seen her on stage dancing, and she was doing a little dance, and then she walked away, and she had her pants low and her thong was out. Remy, you don't need to do that.
No.
As a man, it's hard to treat you like a woman when I don't see a woman. I see someone who has money in their eyes.
All I want to do is sit here and flash and talk about what you got and this and that. Okay, well, give me some.
Can I tell you what you say back?
What should I say?
This is what I'm gonna do for you. You're gonna love me, you're gonna take care of me, you're gonna provide for me, you're gonna do that for me. This is what I'm gonna do for you.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's not saying I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna provide for you, I'm gonna do this. No, he's saying pay your bills, I'm gonna fly you out, I'm gonna buy you a bag. That's what they saying. You out here and you hopping around, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's cool, it's fun, but when you're older and you got kids and you trying to settle down and actually have a family, like, you ain't trying to listen to that bullshit. I blame the women because lately, like, women they accept that shit. Some women, they don't really have like
morals. But that's the new generation coming up, though.
Yeah, but they're making it harder for women to actually find a husband or a good man because they're willing to suck and fuck you for $200, $300 and not even money. Like, take a trip to damn Miami.
She didn't even touch on anything that the problem was, and it was right in her face. All she had to say is the reason why men aren't as, manly, masculine, and all this stuff is because the women become masculine. See, men are attracted to the opposite. And a lot of what these women are selling, men don't want to buy because it's just not attractive. And women just can't seem to put their finger on it. Like, how come I can't get a guy to marry you? Well, number one, have you ever thought for 1 second, are you traditional for marriage? Or do you even qualify to get married? And a lot of you women don't ask yourself this question. And I know she was talking about herself there when she said that whatever's going on with the women that are in Miami, a guy can spend $200, $300, which is exaggeration because I know they charge way more for those suckers and simps to, lay down with them. It's stopping the marriage rate. Thing is, the marriage rate sucks right now. And men, with this new phenomenon, of women just being able to divorce, no fault divorce, and just take half of the man's stuff off default, how they feel, men are wanting to get married. So the thing is, a lot of these women talk about marriage, but the words marriage shouldn't even be coming out of your mouths because men aren't going to take you serious. Like, what are these women talking about? You're not even going to get the man that you want. Don't you understand? Over 50% of you women will be stuck in this just constant tornado of debt, constant tornado of loneliness, and what society is telling women to do nowadays. There's guys that are flying out right now. I don't understand how she missed it. It was right in her face. Men don't want masculine women, and women are masculine. End of story.
What you think about this girl right here, though? She whatever?
What you mean?
Like, I'm saying, you think she's cute, ugly? Like, what you think? Why you say it like that? Why you say it like that?
Is he married? I think are you married? Because I know for sure
This is your wedding. This is your
the
wedding.
other ones engaged. Ooh.
I have a ring. This is your wedding ring.
And birth.
It's okay.
What?
Oh, she's so bad.
Nah, I just wanted to see what you were gonna say.
This guy actually reminds me of me because you can tell when a guy has been completely dried out or he's been deprived or hasn't had any dime pieces around, the way he actually confronts the situation. Because if a woman pops up on the screen that looks mildly attractive, as this woman does, which is, more or less attractive, some guys that that are deprived of, like, oh my God, oh, they go nuts. Like they're about to bust in their pants. It's ridiculous. But when you're being completely honest, that guy is probably like me. This is why he reminds me of myself, because I've been around shorties my whole life around here in Los Angeles. So I know that he's had many. So a man who's pretty much going nuts or saying, oh yeah, she fine, she this and that, and trying to snatch her up and act crazy and act out. They probably haven't been around a lot of sexy, attractive, model-esque type women. Not saying that she's one of them. She's just trying a little too hard, but you can tell who's deprived and who's not deprived.
The way some of y'all are coming on this app and telling everybody about how you're leaving perfectly good men and perfectly good relationships just because, like, for the hell of it all, it is absolutely absurd. Like, the amount of thought that you have put into exiting stage left with the quickness and then writing complete soliloquies on the situation, sharing your telenovela on this app, telling people about how great this guy is, but then you left him. Like, homie should really be like, thanks. Because all you're doing is sending a whole flock of women his way. But now, instead of finding a man who is this great guy, you've now rejected him for being this great guy. And now he's going to think he needs to be different. Like, the reason that some of these men come out here and turn into Future and Nick Cannon on y'all is because a whole bunch of idiots did exactly what these girls are doing now. So ladies, if you happen to be coming behind a girl who left a relationship for no apparent reason, who came on the internet to share her enlightened stage left exit on a perfectly good man, I want you to tell that man, it is not him. There is nothing he could have done differently or needs to do differently to be better. The problem was her. She's just not ready for a relationship. So continue to be you. Don't let her change you.
And I would also tell those men to get their passport and don't fret because you pretty much dodged a bullet, especially if you didn't marry or have children with these women that broke up with you. Also, just understand that this is just how the world works. This is how the world turns, and the recycled women get recycled and sent right back to where they belong. And we already know where they belong. Tell them, Future.
She belongs to the streets.
My husband passed away and I started talking to a man a couple months later. Let me tell you the story. So this was an old friend that I knew since I was 15. I wanted that male attention. I missed that male attention. So I invited him over. He came here with not a dime to his name. I'm grieving. I'm a mess. I'm drinking every day. I'm trying to numb the pain, right? Because I just lost my husband that I was with for almost 10 years. I'm paying for everything. I'm a fool, right? We're getting liquor every night. We're ordering DoorDash every night. Spending my husband's money that I got because he passed away. So I'm a widow, right? You don't fuck with widows. That's what the Bible says. Not in those words, but you don't do that.
Stop it. Get some help.
Just wait. Please listen to this whole story. Just wait. So he tells me, I'm going to get a job. I want to help you. I want to help the girls. I want to be there for you because we've known each other for years. And you were there for me at my lowest. So I want to be there for you. That's what he told me. But it wasn't like that at all. He stayed for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks I was paying for a grown man that was staying in my husband's home that passed away. Sorry. It still upsets me. This was 2 years ago. But he was my friend, right? So he decides that he wants to go back to Chicago. And I decided that's probably the best thing because I'm not right in my head right now. I'm not okay. I'm not ready for this. So he leaves. Of course, I had to pay for him to leave because he's a broke-ass motherfucker, right? But when he left, I felt so much better. Things were happening in my home, like my radio fell. My lights were flickering. I feel like that was a sign from my husband to get this guy out. He stole some things from my husband that I realized after he left. He stole a cologne that my husband would only wear on special occasions. The Johnny Depp cologne. I spent like $109 on it, and my husband said, I'm only going to wear this on special occasions. I'm not even going to say how much money I spent. It's ridiculous. But I told him, I said, karma will get you. Sorry, my daughter called me. But I said, karma will get you because you don't mess with widows. I was at my lowest point in my life and you stole from my dead husband and myself. So tell me why a week later he calls me. He says, I was by 63rd and Francisco in Chicago. That's my husband's neighborhood. That's where I met my husband. That's where he's from. I said, what happened? Because I wanted more information, right? He says that 8 dudes jumped him and they were beating him. He got broken ribs. He had a big ass busted lip, 2 black eyes. His head was swollen. I said, send me a picture. He sends me a picture of his whole body, his chest, his head. I was like, He calls me back. I said, you know what? That's your karma. I said, my husband, who is dead, did this to you because you messed with me. You came into my home and you took advantage of me and you stole from him. He goes, F you, you B, da 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 da. I said, no, fuck you. And I hung up. And I've never spoken to him since. He wrote me and said, don't worry, I'll pay all the money back that you spent on me. I'll send you back your cologne that I took from your husband. And nothing. Nothing at all. If your husband passed away or your wife, never jump into something. Just wait, because you're not in your right mind and things could happen. But I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm sorry, I know my daughter was calling me throughout the video, but I got up like 3 times to see what she wanted, just to clear that up. Also, one more thing. He told me the reason why I took the cologne was because I didn't think your husband needed it anymore. That's what he told me. When I tell you that I've never hated somebody so much in my life that I knew since I was a kid, and I trusted this person, you know? Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you know.
Well, first of all, after listening to this, at the end of it, in the conclusion, I would like to say, nice try. You almost had me. I didn't see not one tear when you started mentioning your husband. I didn't see one. We see the tattoo. And I know I like how you changed up the way that you spoke, tried to sound all proper and stuff, and just keep everything on the edge, while simultaneously leaving out all types of details when this supposed guy that you knew since you were 15 years old came over to your house with drinks and all that. You forgot to mention that he was able to clap cheeks, flip it, rub it down, and completely dominate you only within 3 months of this supposed guy that you're calling your husband, which is 9 times out of 10 your baby daddy, and probably of multiple. And it's just to the point where, you know, you almost had me. You almost had me, but I like how you swept up all of the accountability and you tried to give a minuscule amount of it at the end and say, don't ever bring anybody to your house. Don't ever trust anybody, you know, take advantage of you. And then you were worried about some items that supposedly he stole. I don't even know if that's true. And she said that, oh, he stole the Johnny Depp one, the cologne. She's probably talking about Dior, Sauvage. And how the hell was he supposed to know that that was your husband's favorite cologne that he only wore on special occasions? Like, her audience on TikTok must be full of idiots. I swear. Like, people that are imbeciles, bro. Like, they have no, like, they just don't have any, like, logical conclusion they can come to. Nothing that'll stop them. They just have a one-track mind. They just believe everything that gets fed to her. Ridiculous, guys. Like, you are sneaky, man. You can manipulate, boy. Woo, she left out that house. She was getting busted down by this guy. Supposedly took care of this guy for 2 weeks. Why did you take care of him for 2 weeks? If he wanted you to take care of him, or you started to take care of him within the first hour, you would have been like, nah, this dude got to go. Like, she almost got us, bro. And she didn't. She's like, I'm sorry. My husband, not one tear, bro. Come on, bro. This is crazy how she victimized herself. But this shows you female hypergamy in its nature, raw, uncut, and this is exactly how women do it. And then they try to take it away by victimizing themselves. Take away the accountability that, you know, it only took 3 months and you're for the streets because you let another guy, another man come into your house and you have children. Pity parties, bro. Man, roll the clip.